So a very good morning to one and all. Thank you for joining us today. So myself Shubham Singh, I'm a support executive from Mumbai head office, Sparta Software. So the topic for today's webinar is determining the momentum in stocks using the ADX. Okay, so let us start today's session. Okay, so as I said earlier, that the today's topic will be that how will you determine the momentum in stocks using ADX. Okay, so the very first thing we will understand is what exactly is ADX. Okay, so if I'll just move further in the slide. Okay, so as you can see here, the ADX indicator simply measures the strength of a trend, whether the price is in a trading or non-trading price movement. One more thing I would like to inform you before starting today's session that ADX is just tell you the strength. Okay, but how will you find the momentum? There comes the two other factors, that is positive DI and negative DI. Okay, so basically if you wanted to find the momentum now, you have to combine two things like DMI and ADX. So the very first thing we will understand is ADX. So as it is written here, that ADX indicator simply measures the strength of a trend. Okay, and the ADX indicator, it was developed by the Wells Wilder and is a widely popular indicator for measuring strength of a trend. Unlike the RSI, ADX doesn't determine whether the trend is bullish or bearish, but it measures the strength of the current trend. Okay, so what does this mean? For example, as you know that RSI tell you the momentum of the stock, correct? But ADX will just inform you whether the trend is in a bullish or bearish. Okay, we'll discuss that further in detail. In the very first, I'm just informing you that what are the various things which will be required by you to determine the momentum. Okay, if I'll just pray. Okay, so now you can see the two important factors which will be helping you in finding out the momentum of the stocks are these two particular lines, which is positive DI and negative DI. So what exactly is positive DI? The positive DI is a component of the average directional index. Okay, and it is used to measure the presence of an uptrend. When the DI is sloping upward, it is a signal that the uptrend is getting stronger. Now I'll just show you this in our software. Okay, we're going to the charts. See, this is the ADX indicator in the below, as you can see. Okay, now the particular blue line is the ADX line. Okay, this is the line which will indicate you whether the strength, okay, whether the strength is bullish or bearish. As you can see here, the ADX is in a rising form, just this point. So similarly, you can see the price is in a uptrend. Okay, currently I am observing this thing on Nifty cash segment chart. Okay, as you can see here, the green line, which is a positive DI, and the red line is a negative DI. Okay, so alongside the ADX, you need as I told you earlier also that ADX will only indicate you the strength. Okay, as soon as the ADX is above 25, it is indicating you that that particular trend has a strength. But what in which direction the strength is going, okay, that will be decided by using these two other lines, that is green line and the red line. As in this condition, as you can see, the blue line is trending upwards. Okay, and it is also above 25, correct. Also the green line, that is positive DI, is showing you that the trend is continuing in that direction only. Okay, so this was the two particular lines that we have discussed just a minute before. Okay, in case someone has joined just now, we have just only discussed what are the components of ADX. Okay, and to find the momentum using ADX, you have to use these two lines, that is positive DI and negative DI. Okay, similarly, if you just see at this particular point, okay, the ADX was at its peak, correct. As you can see here, it's above 25 and it's a very good value currently. Okay, if you just see from where it has begun, this point, okay, the ADX has just crossed the level of 25. Also the red line is showing you the momentum side, like in which side this trend should be continuing currently. So as you can see here, the the DI was in uptrend, okay, and the ADX was also showing you the strength that if minus DI is showing you upside, now then I'm also with you, okay, I will just support you in whichever direction you are going currently. But after a particular time, as you can see here, the minus DI was just a uh, um, kind of drop, okay, for a little bit. But again, as you can see, the DI was following the ADX, but after at that particular moment, the DI negative was tending towards downside. As you can see here, this is the particular line. Also, the ADX was falling, okay, so this is a signal. If ADX and DI is falling alongside, okay, so it will indicate you that currently the price will be going up, okay. Why? Because the green line is going upside. As you can see here, it is trying to cross the ADX, correct. But ultimately what happened just here now, as you can see, the ADX is currently below 25. So if the ADX is below 25 now, we will avoid such trades. Why? Because it will show you now a kind of sideways, okay. If the ADX is below 25, it is considered that the trend is is indecisive, and it will be in a sideways condition, okay. Now if we will just move further to the PPT, okay. So as I've told you that the positive DI and negative DI about this, okay. So now as you can see, okay, I have discussed this, yeah, correct. So the negative indicator, what does it measures? The presence of in a downtrend and is a part of the ADX. If DI is sloping upward, it's a sign that the price downtrend is getting strong, okay. If I'll just, okay, so now I will be launching a poll, okay. So just to understand that what are your choices regarding the ADX, okay. So if I'll just click on yeah, so I'll just wait for 30 seconds, okay. I'll be just waiting for everyone to vote for their answers, then we will discuss on this same. As I can see, the 14% of the audience have voted currently. I'll wait for the rest. Okay, 31% has voted. Okay, 50% of our audience has voted. Okay, so I'll just wait for more 5 seconds, then I'll discuss the same. Okay, perfect. So as I can see here, that the 54% of our audience has said that they use ADX to find momentum. Great. Okay, so as I told you that it is a indicator which will help you to find out the strength and the momentum of the stocks. Okay, so first we will see some examples, okay. Okay, I'll just, for example, I will be taking intellect, okay. Okay, I have just taken intellect, okay. So if you just see here in this particular slide, okay, can you see this particular point from where the ADX is rising? See, it was rising from this point, okay. Also the negative DI was following the ADX, okay. Similarly, if you just see here, from this point it has started getting in a downtrend. Why? Because ADX has shown some strength at this particular point where minus DI was rising, okay. So from the, as you can see here, still it was in a downtrend only, okay. As you can see, it's still in a downtrend. Why? Because the ADX is above 25 and DI is above minus DI is above positive DI, correct. Okay, so then after that, if this particular range whenever comes in our picture, we will avoid such trades. Why? Because it is showing you a sideways, Again, when it will be crossing the 25 level, again, as you can see here from this point, okay, where it was opened at about 584, okay, from there, from that point, it is currently being trading at a price of 542. Okay, we'll see another example. If I just take, for example, Bajaj Electric. uh, Bajaj Electric, yes. See, currently, as you can see, in a current market scenario, it is showing you that it will be in a downtrend currently. Why? Because as you can see, the ADX is here, it's showing some strength. Okay, alongside the DI is also following this ADX. As you can see here, it has tried to cross the levels of 25, but ultimately it didn't. Okay, so these are the few points that we will keep in our mind while taking the trades using the ADX to find the momentum or strength of a particular trade. Okay, similarly, if in Bajaj Electric, if you can see here, from this point the ADX was above 25. Also, the positive DI has crossed the 25 level. Okay, also it has crossed the ADX. As you can see, as I've told you, that ADX and DMI are two different components. We are combining them to get the momentum or strength of a particular trend. Okay, as you can see here, the particular trend has been completed in the upside. Why? Because the ADX has shown some strength. Also, the DI is also showing sorry, moving in that particular direction. Okay, so these are the things that we have to keep in our mind. Okay, and the very okay, so this was some examples. We'll see some more example. If I just see century ply. Okay, I'll just take century ply. See, the same example which I have shown you in Bajaj Electric, it has crossed the levels of 25. Also, the DI, the positive DI is above the negative DI. Also, it is above the 25 level. Again, it is following the ADX. As you can see, the ADX is keep on rising. Also, it is showing some movement, as you can see here. Okay, so these are the few things that we have to keep in our mind. The very first thing, the ADX should be about 25 if you are looking for some momentum or strength in that particular trade. Okay, also, in what direction do you want it? You will have to take the help of positive DI and negative DI. Okay, so I'll move forward. If I take, for example, LTI. Okay, see, this is the thing I was talking about regarding the sideways. As you can see, from this point to this point, okay, the ADX was completely in a sideways. Also, the price is also in a sideways, as you can see here, from this point to this point. It was trading in only a range between, but at the very time when it crossed the 25 levels and started, and DI positive also shown some interest in the ADX, the prices tends higher. Okay, it has gone up to this level only. Okay, in further we will also discuss that how will you trade ADX in an intraday market, or if you wanted to take a position, we will also see that. Okay, so I have one more question for you all. Okay, I will be just posting that. I just want everyone's I want to everyone to be active. Okay, in this particular in this particular session. Okay, I'll be, yeah. Okay, so I have posted a question that are you using it for intraday or positional trading? Okay, so as I can see here that most of our visit clients are voting. I have currently the 42% of the audience have posted their polls. Okay, so okay, the most of the clients use it for this. Okay, so we'll wait for just more 10 seconds, then we'll discuss that what are other people's perspective regarding the ADX. Okay, so as I can see that 51% has voted for positional and 49% has voted for intraday, which is great because see, we have to find the momentum and strength, whether we are trading it for intraday or positional. Okay, because everybody in the market has come to make money. Okay, so as I can see here that most of our clients actively uses ADX. Okay, so we'll just move forward. Okay, so these two are the important concepts with ADX. We'll discuss this. The very first is volatility and volume. Okay, so the ADX is a valuable tool because it focuses on the trend and the strength of the stocks. However, extremely volatile stocks will not always adhere to ADX readings. Stocks that react favorably to the ADX should have high volume but not very high volatility. Okay, so what is meant by this now? While using ADX, you have to focus on the volume. Okay, also you have to find a particular time period on which you know that the market should be in a particular direction, not would be volatile. Okay, for example, if you wanted to trade ADX on the day of expiry, it will be a very little hard. Okay, because everybody knows that the day of expiry is a volatile day. Okay, because in the previous Thursday, the current week's Thursday, we have also witnessed that the market was extremely volatile. So in that particular market scenario, it will be difficult to understand the ADX and to take the trade with the help of ADX because you will not able to define a particular trend. Okay. Also, like divergence, unlike other indicators, for example, RSI, you follow divergence using RSI, correct? But using ADX, you won't be able to find divergence. Why? Because it is not a momentum indicator. It is a strength indicator. Okay. Why? How we are finding momentum with ADX? By combining the other two lines, that is positive DI and negative DI. Okay. As long as the value stays above 25, the trend is intact. Okay, if the trend is above 25 and the indicators, the other indicators, that is positive DI and negative DI, is showing you a particular strength regarding that particular trend, now you are able to take trade in that particular direction. Okay, but if you are finding divergence with ADX, it is very, it's a vague criteria. Okay, so now we will see some results. Okay, here's a particular query which I have developed, as you can see here. Okay, and the results I will be sharing you right now. Okay, so if I just open my Excel, okay, I will just opening my Excel now. See, so this was the trade. So particularly on which indexes or stocks you will be able to use this particular strategy. Okay, just use the group of NSE FNO scripts. Okay, try to take trade in stock options as I have did. So I will be sharing the results with you. Okay, I have made a particular Excel for you, so you will be also get to know that how effective is these strategies. Okay, the very first trade which I have taken, as you can see, it's Ambuja Cement. Okay, I have mentioned here the lot size for your reference. Okay, so what I have did in this particular trade, I will just open the Ambuja Cement chart. Okay, this query will be provided to you. Okay, after this webinar, this query will be provided to you, everyone, the query and the chart. Okay, I will be just typing here Ambuja Cement. Okay, and I will be taking it for intraday. 5 minutes time frame. The very most one more important thing regarding this query, what should be the targets? Okay, the very first thing I will be discussing about is only the targets. Okay, so similarly, for example, if, as you can see here, the very first thing we will be using two things for our target. One will be Fibonacci retracement and second will be the pivots. Okay, so as you can see here, the particular thing here is the RSI, sorry, the ADX. As you can see here, the ADX is in an uptrend. Okay, at this point, see the ADX is in an uptrend, and the minus GI is upside. Okay, so what other thing you will be using for a confirmation of that particular trend is super trend. I am using here super trend. Okay, so in this particular query, you will be getting results at this point. Okay, so what will be your entry point? Entry point will be the closing below the low of this particular candle. What I've said, I will repeat that once again. The entry point will be the closing of the this particular candle's low. As you can see here, if I'll just open the Excel, okay, see the entry was at 542. As you can see here, the entry was at 542, correct? So just yeah, J entry is at 542 around, yeah, around the closing only, 542 or 543. What will be your stop loss? The stop loss will be the high of previous two candles. Just like here, the stop loss is 549, and the stop loss of this candle is around 549, and 550 will be your stop loss. Okay, because you are getting here a downward trend, and definitely you will be buying puts, or you can sell calls. Okay, it's all upon you. So as you can see here, we have got a perfect closing of the prior candle's low. So we will be taking around the entry around the closing. So what will be your targets? As you can see here, we have a target around, that is pivot. Okay, if I just shrink it a little bit, a target of 517. We will not be here targeting around 20 points, 25 points. Okay, because we are trading in a stock option. Okay, currently we are trading in a stock option. So as you can see here, the price movement, that is 543. Okay, and you are getting till 537. Enough, this much is enough. So how did I define that my entry will be this only? Okay, see the pivot from this point. Okay, from this point the pivot is here. Okay, if you find that this particular level won't be able to reach, okay, so what you will do now, you will just simply, as I told you, we will be using two things. If you would see if you would see that this particular stock is getting into your result after a very good uptrend, what you will do, you will just draw retracement. How you will do it? You will just have to press R. Okay, you will just have to press R, then this particular window will be popped up on here. You have to type the levels. Okay, I will be typing levels out here. Then from the low of this particular candle, you have to draw the retracement to the high. As you can see, this uptrend's high is this. Okay, after that I'll be selecting a color. Okay, so now as you can see here, you have got a levels. Okay, so currently, as everybody knows, that 61.80 is a golden ratio, correct? If the particular stock breaches this level, it is assumed that the price should retrace to its 100%. As you can see, the price did so, correct? It has made the low around 535, I guess. Yeah, correct, it's around 535. So if not about only this trade, if you find difficult in finding targets now, just simply use this thing. Okay, if you are observing that the particular selling indicator is coming after a long uptrend now, simply use the retracement, you will get the particular level. Okay, because the pivots are too far. Okay, and you won't be expecting after this such kind of market scenario that the stock should go that much down. Okay, so now I will be sharing the results, that what was the result after I took this trade. Okay, if I go into the Excel, see my entry was at 542, my stop loss was 546 and 549. Okay, and the target was 535 based upon the retracement. So what option did I bought at that particular time? I bought the put option, and the premium at that particular time was 9.45. Okay, and the premium went up to around 14 rupees. We will be taking the entries on the basis of closing only. Okay, I will be repeating again, we will be taking the entries on the basis of closing only. If you are a risk taker, you may go, okay, you may go for a, you know, just after the particular price breaches the low, you may go because you are a risk taker, okay. But if you are a risk averse, okay, what you will do, you will wait for the candle to close, okay. What will happen now, you will get a particular idea like what is the closing. If it is a very powerful closing, now you will definitely enter in that particular trade. For example, as I did here, as you can see here, the closing was very good, and definitely it will consolidate a little bit. Why? Because after a sharp fall, every stock will consolidate a little bit, okay. Also, it has breached the 61.80 level and retraced around 100%, okay. And talking about the gains, the amount that was required by me to take this particular trade was 17,010 rupees, okay. And I sold it at around 25,200 with a gains of 8190, correct. As you can see here, the gains was 8190, okay. See, okay. So the very next trade which I took, and all these results are from the technical query only which I have developed, okay. First I am showing you that what the results, okay. If I took ACC, okay, I'll be taking ACC for example. Okay, as you can see here, I have taken a short position, or you may say I have bought the put option, okay. What was my entry point? It was 2517. As you can see, if I'll just, yeah, see at this particular point also, as I've told you, the ADX was rising, the minus DI was also rising. So it has given you a particular indication that the following trend will be a downtrend, okay. Also, you got the confirmation with the help of super trend. So you have got three confirmation basically, if you can see here: ADX, minus DI, and super trend, okay. Similarly, see, you have to look such kind of closing. If you would tell me that why didn't you have taken position right over here, because I didn't got that particular time of closing here. As you can see, the next very candle was not that much strong, okay, just like here, okay. So definitely I will be looking these such opportunities. Now we will definitely make my money, okay, not lose my money. So I will be taking the trade around the closing of this value, that is 2517. As you can see here, I have taken the entry at 2517. My stop losses was 2531 and 2540. Okay, as you can see, I will just go to the, yeah, 2530, and the high is 2545. Okay, then what should be your target? As I have told you, if the pivot is nearby your target, as you can see, the target was 2484. Okay, and it has achieved that particular target. Okay, I will just show you this particular trade. See, I have bought this at 37.95, okay, and I have sold it at 52. Okay, amount required was only 9487, with the current amount that at what I have sold was 13,000. Okay, if you will be charging a brokerage now, it won't take around 40 to 50 or a round off of 100. Okay, so we will be making a profit of 12,900. Okay, and the next that I have took here, as you can see, the very next was Vedanta and Metropolis. Okay, I'll just show Vedanta now. If I'll just click Vedanta Limited, see, in Vedanta I have gone for a buying position. Why? As you can see here, the entry was at 282.5. Okay, see, now this was the candle which have indicated me that you have to go for a buy trend, because the ADX and the DI was rising at this point. As you can see, the value of DI and minus and plus D. Okay, now if you will just wait, okay, you have to wait. If you are just getting the result in the query, now you should not just rush into the trade. Okay, you have to wait until and unless a good closing comes upon here. As you can see here on this particular candle, a good volume, okay, because this kind of candle is indicating a bullish trend currently into the market. Okay, after the such closings, okay, at the closing of around 282.50, you will be entering your trade. Okay, One more thing, I will be informing you regarding the targets, as I've told you that pivots and FIBO will be your targets. Exactly. But if you can see here now, if the pivot is 287, so you should not wait for the 287 level to achieve. You have to set your targets around 246 to 287. Okay, as you can see here, the high was 286. Okay, or you can also use 285 to 287. So at least you will get a range. Okay, because as you can see, regarding market now, there's nothing, as you can say, permanent. Also, if you can see here now, this particular target was around this. Okay, but once I have one more thing, while you will be also telling me that why didn't you squared off your position at this particular level? Correct. Because I have seen that this particular trend was in a very bullish, because one bullish, two. Okay, these two candles indicates that currently this stock is in a bullish condition. Also, the ADX was also rising. So I waited till these levels. Okay, so I also achieved my target, and I squared off my positions with this profits, as you can see here. Okay, so this was the thing regarding the ADX. Okay, now I will be sharing one more poll. Okay, and the question for that is, do you want us to conduct spider webinar in other languages? I want everybody to answer this. Okay, so really, do you want? Okay, I have started getting opinion from our clients. Currently, as I can see, only 5% has voted. Okay, so as I can see that 56% of the audience is voting for Marathi, 23% for Gujarati, okay, Bengali, Tamil. So I want everyone to give your opinion that what in other languages like Marathi, Gujarati, Bengali, and Tamil, okay, in what languages do you want us to conduct further videos? Okay, so as I can see here that I have got the votes. Okay, so on the basis of that, definitely we will be making videos in every 4 languages. Yesterday only a video was uploaded in Marathi. Okay, and also in coming time the other webinars will be also will be available in these 4 languages. Okay, so this was much better for today. Okay, now I will be requesting everyone to post their doubts regarding today's session. Okay, so we will be answering one-on-one on that particular questions. Okay, so we have received a question, that is, what's the study name of ADX in Spider? Okay, I'll show you. If you will just press S onto the chart, a study window will be opened here. Just press D. Okay, after that there will be a study name, directional movement index. Okay, so this is the particular thing that you will be required to add ADX into your chart. As you can see here, the ADX and DI period is just written down here. Okay, so this is the study you will be using for ADX in our Spider software. Okay, so we have received a question regarding how do we know the strike to make a position. Okay, so if at this particular point, as you can see, okay, it gave you a closing, so you will just assume the ATM strikes for the trade. Okay, like as in this particular scenario I have taken 290 because it was the nearby. Okay, we just have to go with the flow. The nearby strikes you have to select and just enter into the trade. Okay, okay, so we have received a question here that ADX with super trend gives proper entry and exit. Okay, so as you can see here in this particular chart or the trades which I have taken here, see, it's a matter of confirmation. Super trend will be give you a confirmation that whether the trend is falling in that particular direction or not. Okay, also ADX is also indicating you that that this trend is still there. So you will definitely enter in that particular trade with the stop loss. Without stop loss, you should not take that particular trade. One more question that we have got in our chat box, that for taking trade in option, which time frame we can use? Okay, we will be using 5 minutes and 15 minute chart frame to identify the trend. Okay, see, to identify the trend we'll be using 15 minutes chart time frame, and to take the trade now for finding the stop losses and the targets will be using the 5 minute time frame. Okay, one more question we have got in our chat box, that is please explain level of golden ratio and its use. Okay, so what exactly is golden ratio now? For example, if a particular stock has been started retracing its particular previous trend. Okay, so once it crosses the level of 61.8, which is considered as a golden level. Okay, सिमिलरली क्या होता है ना कि अगर 61.8 को अगर क्रॉस कर दिया तो ये एक्सपेक्ट किया जाता है कि वो पर्टिकुलर ट्रेड जो ट्रेंड है ना वो प्राइस का वो उसके 100% तक रिट्रेस होके आएगा. Okay, okay, as I can see here that what parameter to use for positional and intraday. Okay, definitely if you are willing to take positional trades with the help of ADX, you will be going for daily and weekly time frame, because you will be getting a proper proper movement of the particular stock. And for intraday, as I've told earlier also, to identify the trend you have to use 15 minutes, and to take the trade with the help of stop loss and the target will be using 5 minutes time frame. Okay, and one more thing regarding the query. Okay, if you wanted some modifications in our in the query which I have made for you all, you can in the end of our webinar I will be sharing the mobile number. Okay, you can just simply call upon that number and clear your doubts, also the modifications required in your query. Okay, and definitely I'm using seven parameters in the particular screen. Okay, I have got one more question here, that super trend and ADX is enough to find good momentum stocks. Okay, currently as we can see here we have got a very good results. Okay, but if you want more confirmation in regards of momentum, we will be using RSI. Okay, because RSI is one of the it is considered to be one of the good momentum indicators, but with the current we can see a good result. So if you want for more confirmation, we may use definitely the RSI. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining us today. Hope it was a very helpful session for you. If you have any doubts, okay, if you have any doubts, you can just simply call upon these three numbers. Okay, that is 8976991601002 and 07. Okay, also you can call us upon this number. Okay, also you can write us in this particular mail. Okay, thank you.